All right, it's 9 o'clock. Good morning and welcome to the Sports Buffet on Elegbete TV Radio. My name is Idafi Matthew Esogene. You love to call me the Elegbete One of Sports. Uh, so much to talk about. I want to first off say thank you to everyone who joined my live stream last night, my diary section. It was nice, it was beautiful, there was plenty of love. I've not had that number since I started doing live stream. That number was beautiful. So it tells me that the ninth live stream, obviously I've come to stay. If there was anything yesterday convinced me that I would obviously be doing the night show every night. I don't know if you guys can hear me. Can't really. Okay. Hello. Okay. So I'm good. I hope you guys can hear me on YouTube. I'm not seeing the meter move today. I hope you guys are watching, but I know that Instagram is loud and clear. So if you can hear me, please signify on the YouTube comment section. Let me know that you can hear me. If there's any adjustment I need to make, I will make that adjustment. But I think yes, you guys can hear me. I had a very short night after my live stream last night. Had a few meetings online with partners, people that I'm doing other projects with, and because the time zones are different, see my eyes are heavy. I'm like somebody that enter Okada from Lagos to Abuja, but hey, the work must go on. I've got a whole lot to do today. I've got an appearance on News Central by 10:30 this morning. I've done one with a TV station in the UK and another one with a friend of mine in Germany already this morning. And there is still more to go. Kind of like feels like I'm not the guy that everybody wants to talk to. I don't work with the national team of Nigeria, but I guess my ranting yesterday got a whole lot of people's attention. Having said that, life must go on. We've got to live our lives. And when you find yourself at the crossroad where you need to rant, you rant. You need to vent, you vent. You need to also sing praises, you sing praises. Not every day you give praises to people. People deserve it, you give it to them. Okay. Leo, that first Leo is a bonjour, boss. Yes, I can hear you clearly. Good job. Okay, today you're not there for YouTube. YouTube is working now. YouTube is working. So find yourself back to YouTube. YouTube is your place, the place where I know you. So please show yourself on YouTube. Having said that, there's a lot to talk about. You know how the morning show is. Because across the globe in the evening is a report on what I experienced in Abuja with the national team. Don't forget that today, this evening, the Nigerian under 23 team, led by Coach Salisu Yusuf and Kennedy Boboyi and the rest of his backroom staff, are going to take on Guinea Conakry, who don't have any of their age group team in any competition. They've all been eliminated. So they carry the shoulder. If you're on the channel, you'll see the interview, the press interview that we had with the coach of the Guinea Conakry side team, and where he was speaking French, and we're getting interpretation through various interpreters. Thanks to the hearts of Nigerian journalists who can speak French. I felt very, very bad for myself that I can't speak French. Thank God my kids are learning multiple language. They will not get stuck the way I got stuck yesterday. But it's one of those things in life. I just don't have ear for language because the way I've traveled, I should be able to pick up a few things here and there. But apart from greetings, I really don't have an ear for language. But I think if I commit myself to it, I'm not really committed myself, but if I commit myself, I think I should be able to. I've lived in Lagos for 20 years and I still can't speak Yoruba or understand it. That's crazy anyway. But hey, it's one of those things. Let's come back to the business of the day. I think that they are having some balablu in England. First, it was Roy Hodgson coming back to Crystal Palace at the age of 76 or whatever, what his age is. Now, Harry Redknapp is saying he can come and do rescue mission at Tottenham Hotspur. The reason why I have to say this is if this was a Nigerian coach, if this was in Nigeria, that's how we are recycling the same coaches. Nigerian coaches, they don't retire, they don't stay out of the job. They were hanging there. They don't want to give younger people a chance to excel. Well, younger people were given chance. They didn't do well. Frank Lampard, Steven Gerrard, Patrick very well in this case. You can argue for him, but at the same time, say when you go 13 games without winning, that's the Indian sign already. And nobody's going to wait for you to be sucked deep into the relegation maho before they start reacting. So I'm not blaming them that much for reacting the way they did. It is what it is, and you have to face the music. But having said that, these old men are offering to come coach at different times of their age. They are in the Tinubu level, but they still want to show that responsibility of managing a top flight Premier League club. That's kind of like strange, but hey, it is what it is. This is life. We live in this life where everybody's hustling. Money is never enough. There is, they call it passion, they call it love, but they don't do it for free. So there is also the need for money to take care of one bills or the other. Having said that, let's go to the story segment of the show. When I come back, I will read your messages, answer your questions, and we'll get into the conversation. Today is deadline day for Manchester United bidders to put their bid through. The bidders have reduced. Okay, so let's see what might KEEGAN have to say about that of the Daily Mail. D-Day for Manchester United, Glazers expecting to receive world record bids of more than £5 billion ahead of tonight's 9 p.m. deadline for the bid, with Old Trafford club hoping for a sale before the summer transfer window. Okay, the Glazers hope that they will get more than £5 billion. So I'm thinking, if they want to buy Real Madrid, or Barcelona, how much will it be sold for? Because I think I rate those two clubs above Man United. If I'm wrong, let me know. According to my KEEGAN, it said the second bid for Manchester United have to be lodged by 9 p.m. on Wednesday night, with the club set to be sold for a world record fee should the Glazers, accept one of the offers which have been put. Those who want to buy the club outright or make a partial investment were on Tuesday night finalizing their bids ahead of a significant day. The Qatar-based Sheikh, Jassim bin Hamad al-Thani, bid revealed by Sportsmail, is still the favorite one, although a rival offer for Sir Jim Ratcliffe, is gathering momentum. Who do you think will be the best bet for Manchester United? The Qatari guy, Jim Ratcliffe, the Englishman, or West? Well, in other news, in the Bala Blue Town Hall meeting, Roy Hodgson is only a short-term solution for Crystal Palace, with the Eagles keen to appoint a new manager this summer as the Nottingham Forest, Steve Cooper. I've got a particular interest in this story. Well, not the fact that Roy Hodgson is a stopgap solution. Obviously, he's not going to be there for a long time, so everybody knows that kind of employment is short-term. But Steve Cooper, that everybody say, might get Nottingham Forest relegated. He's doing a good job now. It's not the guy that Crystal Palace are targeting. My question is, are we really going to say that Steve Cooper is better than Patrick Vieira, that they let go, or there is something about the Patrick Vieira deal that we are not being told? Roy Hodgson is 75 years, and his assistant Ray Lewington started by holding a key strategy meeting as they began plotting Palace route to Premier League survivor. Wish them very well. Well, there is fire on the mountain in Italy. Remember when Italy won the Euros at Wembley, England fans were beating them, were throwing shares at them, everything, were attacking them outside of the stadium, train station, as they sing the parody version of the It's Coming Home song, as they celebrate their victory. Now, the friendly match between England and Italy, it was designed to settle the grudge. But I think that friendly match is ill-advised. If it was NFF president that made that kind of arrangement, we would be insulting them. I think it is ill-advised. That's one. Now, secondly, the Italians, if you look carefully, I think the Italians deliberately want this thing to go on, and they want their pound of flesh, like it is written in the book by Shakespeare, The Merchant of Venice. They want their pound of flesh badly. And how do I mean? They could have taken this game to anywhere, to the Juventus new stadium or the Torino stadium. They could take it to Florence. They could take it even to Genoa, the south. They could take it to Milan, city center. But guess what? They're taking this game to Napoli. A little short of saying, let's take the game to Sicily. And they want to give England fans a Machiavellian feel, right? that you do this to us, at the Euros. It's time for you guys to pay. So it is in flames. And you know that one of the most volatile and most vociferous football fans in the world are the Napolitans. And that's where they're taking this game to, the Maradona. So let's see what happens at the end of the day. But one thing I can guarantee the English fans, blood go flow. Jagoda, get Oga. Nobody gets exclusive right to violence. And the Italians wants to show you people what violence really feels like. Would I pity anybody who gets injured or anything happen to them from the English side? I would not. Because I also operate the principle of one good turn deserves another. And if you also do bad, it deserves another as well. Because it is good measures or bad measures, President shaking together, running over, that it shall be given to every man according as they are sow. Wait till you sow, now you go well. So if English people have sow agbada, they should wear it. If they sow leggings or tight or Lagos jump, they should wear it as well. That's the way I see it. So let me get to the story. Naples is aflame with passion and favor. A bare pit of hostility awaits England's at the Diego Maradona's restless spirit, and this city's sitting resentment is a recipe for conflict and confrontation. According to the chief writer Daily Mail chief writer in Naples, this is what he's got to say. He said England have not even arrived here yet ahead of Euro 2024 qualifiers against Italy. Okay, so qualifiers is not friendly match, but they will find that the Napolitans are in a raucous mood already. Wahala deo. Somebody will get injured. That's all I can say. England fans will get what is coming for them. I can bet my life on that one. They will get what is coming for them. You ask for it, what you ordered versus what you get is what the English fans would discover at the Maradona. But one of the things that I just know is that the Italian FA, they decided that this is the best way to repay back England, because they could have taken the game to any other peaceful place. They decided to take it to Mushi to go and play this match. For Drew Elegba, I don't want to play this match. So wahala day. All those England hooligans, when they say they be hooligans, they will see guns. They will not say their own. They're not holy at all. They will see hooligans when we say this one, they not be hooligans. They be devil gangs, and the devil gangs go attack them for Italy. Well, it would be fun to just see anyway or follow up as the game go on, because all my eyes will be in the Nigerian teams that are playing and following them. Saturday I'll be flying back. Saturday or Sunday I'll be flying back to Lagos. But before that, remember that tonight or this evening, the Nigerian under-23 team led by Salisu Yusuf will face the Guinea Conakry. So we're playing Guinea-Bissau with the Super Eagles. So let's not confuse it. You know, the way you have Congo DR and Congo Kinshasa, right? Which used to be Zaire. That's how we have Guinea-Bissau and Guinea Conakry. So Guinea Conakry is the one that we're playing with the under-23 team today. This is the first leg, and then we'll go away for the return leg. It's a winner take all, two double header. Then we also have a double header with Guinea-Bissau. So that's two different, because somebody asked me how many times are we playing Guinea? Well, there are two different Guinea and there are two different teams on its own. Well, let's go to the house where there is trouble. Even in the devil's house, Manchester United, there is no trouble. And that's funny. There's peace and there's stock of money. But in a house that likes to wear white, not be every white be angel or some celestial church and Keribu and Seraphim. That's just the truth. So if you see people wear white, it does not necessarily mean that they are angels and everything is good. Some could just be Keribu and Seraphim or celestial church or whatever it is. No dissing, no pun intended. I'm just giving you example, relativity to the things that you know already. So in this one, this is the house, the Fuji Total Hotspur house of commotion. They don't know what's good and what's not good. So they say Pikin will not take correction for house. Now for road, if they disgrace himself, they come back. So that's exactly what's happening with Tottenham Hotspur. Since they could not fix their house when they had a guy called Mauricio Pochettino, who was very nice, who doesn't make noise, who doesn't go to the press to fight, they have employed coaches upon coaches that have come, and it's gotten to the turn of Antonio Conte. And Antonio Conte is a man who cannot just see things and keep quiet. He's like me. So he sees things, he look at Spurs like, oh, this Spurs that I rated like this from outside, coming inside, so they are shit. And he came out to the press and he ran, talked things about the players and said all the things that he had to say. Even though one of the players in the team said, Coach, I beg, come and explain. What do you mean? That's the song he was singing. Pierre-Emile Ojboy, I will tell you that way he had to pronounce. He don't say, Antonio Conte, please come. Coachella, how far? Yeah, explain. Oh, this match now 3-3. It not really means it will be bad guys. Now football not just happen. Coach say, una be like berry. Cause useless people. But the guy say, Coach, I beg, explain. Well, he can say, well, I not say by the time when they come back for international break, another coach will meet. So no wahala. What do they call it? Nigeria versus Guinea. Me, I am about to go to Papua New Guinea. Okay, because at the Guinea. Me, I am about to. Not be only me go there outside. I am about to buy a guinea pig, and then I'll buy a guinea fowl. What is that? What was that? And even my mother is from a Guinea. Let's be Guinea. I used to have a girlfriend back in the day when I was single called Guinea. Okay. Then there's a player in former Liverpool player that is called Guinea. One I know. Look on Guinea myself come off my front. Well. That's according to Mr. Sugar One. Okay, Papua New Guinea. What a Mama New Guinea. Okay, so that's what he said. But let's talk about what is going on in Spurs. Okay, let's follow up the story properly. Tottenham prepared for talks with Antonio Conte over his exit. Wow, the Italian due £4 million in compensation. It's not easy. But wait, how did Chelsea sign a deal that means that they will pay that rubbish coach 48 million in Besaka? Who did the deal? This was a scam. Oh. British people are scamming people. Okay, let's do that one. Ciao. As Ryan Mason takes training with the former Spurs midfielder, a contender to take temporary charge, Tottenham set for talks with Antonio Conte to see how they can pay his money and let him go. Tottenham chairman Daniel Levy is ready to sack under pressure manager Antonio Conte during the current international break, with internal discussions over terms of his exit now underway. The Italian has just 3 months left on his contract. Okay, that's why. On his current deal, which is worth £15 million a year, meaning Conte is due in the region of 4 million in compensation, excluding the money owed to his staff. Discussion over a potential so that they owe money for Europe too. Over a potential severance package have not taken place at Tottenham. Though there are no indications yet of what Conte might agree to, Coach Ryan Mason is a contender to take over temporarily. All right, let's look at the people that are most likely to take over the job of Antonio Conte now that Antonio Conte have Kukuma used his hand to destroy the job. I can bet you my life that in any Nigerian company that you work, if you give a press conference like Antonio Conte, they're going to use that one. I don't know how the labor law in Nigeria work, but they will use that one as a reason not to give you compensation. Even your last month's last salary, they're not going to pay you. Why is Nigerian labor law like that? Well, I don't know, but anybody who knows, help me with information that I will be educated. That my heart, they say, open thy heart to wisdom and understanding, that the heart will have peace. That my heart will have peace and know the Lord more. Please, anybody who have a better information, tell me. Because in Nigeria, even when they do well, you not greet chairman, they sack you, they will not pay you your severance package. Not to talk of when you go out there and you go and be doing, you can only run, past energy if you run mad, and then they go sing you money. That be Nigeria. That be Nigeria. They go even send talks called beat you, beat your family. They're not even kidnap you for Kaduna Road. Okay, let's move. Let's come back to the gist. So Tottenham candidates to replace Antonio Conte. Some of them they share their doubts about the squad. So this is the story. Tottenham candidate to replace Antonio Conte share his doubt about the squad direction of the club. Director of football Fabio Patrici, and think that Antonio Conte overachieved by finishing 4th last season. Tottenham's candidate to replace Antonio Conte's different ones are already sharing their thoughts. And guess what? One of the likely candidates is the man that Antonio Conte shook his hand and they both glued their hand. Like say Magu hold them together in a handshake, right? That man, his name is former Chelsea manager German Thomas Tuchel. Is part of the people. Okay, a number of Tottenham's potential candidates to replace Antonio Conte reportedly share similar concerns about the club's current direction. The North London outfits are preparing to part ways with Conte after the Italian head coach lambasted the current Spurs players and club chiefs following their 3-3 draw with Southampton. The Spurs boss has flown back to his family home in Turin following his incredible verbal tirade as chairman Daniel Levy draft up a list of potential successors. So let's wait and see if any of those people will do anything good. Okay, but this is players. I say, coach, please come and explain yourself to us. The man is not going to come back. There's no need for explanation. Move on with your life. If you guys were playing well, we will not be here. And Redknapp says he is willing to make a sensational return to Tottenham at 76. His Spurs sack Antonio Conte despite his last dogger job lasting just 13 games at Birmingham 6 years ago. Okay, and Redknapp wants to take this job back. Now, do you think Redknapp should be given a chance? Yeah, that's 1-2 at 76. But then Crystal Palace just appointed Ray Hudson at 75. Maybe we're going back. They say there ain't no music, there ain't no school like the old school. So we're going back in time. You know, going back in time. We could just wake up tomorrow. The new owners of Manchester United will say, hey, Eric, go back to the Netherlands. Sir Alex Ferguson, you will die here. We'll bury you here. So come and coach the club till you die. You know, it's possible. And then tomorrow, Arsenal will say, Arsene Wenger, come back, bring back the old guy. You got nowhere to run. No, say no. Give me that old time religion. Give me that old time. That could just be the situation. I don't know, but that's what we're saying. And the way things are going, ain't no far-fetched. It's just possible. It can happen. But what do you think? I read now. That bros is shaking. He's shaking, you know, from that accident that he had. Okay. It's one player that I love to see suffer. I love to see him suffer. I feel excited when I see him suffer. Just the way I get excited when I see Saddam suffer. I don't hide my own feelings. I don't like him. Okay. Came to my club, played for 5 years, got treated well, given all the money, and he didn't take us to the top 4. But he still had the audacity to insult the club after leaving as our captain. His name is Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Chelsea could terminate Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang's contract this summer, with the Blues unimpressed by his trip to support former club Barcelona in the El Clasico after he was pictured partying in their dressing room. Right. Many people say, oh, no, I'm born, no, son. And your man will save you, and will kill you. Social media, what you like, it can save you, it can also kill you. Now, that's the situation. What says you if you're a Chelsea fan? Should they terminate his contract, or should they just warn him and pardon him and give him one more chance and one more chance? Just give him another chance to survive. For me that cannot sing, if I'm singing, it means that anybody can sing. Okay, now let's go to this one, the final story, before I come to you people and get your take on the show. The 33-year-old striker Aubameyang out of favor with the Blues and has only played 7 minutes in the Premier League since January 21st. Chelsea are reported unimpressed by his trip to support Barcelona. You see the thing about life, person where they want key, go carry fuel, pour for your body, constant near fire, where they take the fire carrier. Brother wants to die, and he die, he will. So what says you? Chelsea fans says you about Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Having said that, let me say massive thank you to everybody who's joining on the live stream on YouTube and on Instagram. So let me start with your stories on Instagram, your questions or your comments or whatever it is you bring to the party. You know, I love you guys so much, and you people make the show exciting with your comments and everything that you put on the show. So let's take it from top to bottom. No. When you're in Abuja, you don't have to copyright the grandmaster. Okay, there's somebody who have top to bottom. I cannot come and be copying somebody like that. In where I come from, they teach us to respect others. Cannot be sitting here and be disrespecting others. So top to bottom is for the head nigger of the other room. Me, I'm just a small boy coming up. So let's take it from. I don't know how to deal with the many many comments on Instagram. Okay, so I'm there. Leo the first, Leo says, Buongiorno, boss. Yes, I can hear you clearly. Good job you're doing. Thank you very much. Let's go further down. Damilin Selegwete won the Jagaban Bogu of sports. I don't know that. I don't know what that means. So. Damilis, he said, na Qatar, oh, Qatar people, now go take Manchester United. I beg. Qatar people, the kind of money where they spend for World Cup, let them take Manchester United so that Manchester United become the numero uno football club of the world. They have abundance of money to spend. Hey, Kaz, I see you. Sister Nalima, I say they are taking the England friendly to Agege Stadium. So it's a qualifier. It's not even a friend. Hey, what how you do? You not asleep, bro. See, Bami Joe. Bam bam. My guy, I'm fine. That's the TSM boss, the boss of the sports lounge, the enjoyment commissioner of the world, hanging around the best football analysts all over. Mr. Sugar say Italy versus England fight must start. Let them fight. Let them beat people. All those England people sitting at their head hot. Let them beat them. Mr. Sugar want to say, okay, I think I've read that before. Nigeria versus Guinea. Me, I am about to go to Papua New Guinea. Okay, me, I want to buy guinea pig and guinea fowl. I'm alone now. Mr. Sugar say, Elevator, please explain to us why Tottenham want to sack Conte. Is it because of his hair dryer treatment to the players or his performance? Because of the hair dryer treatment to the players and the management? Because that stone that he threw, not only the players he turned to the management as well. He embarrassed them for public. He talked the things where everybody they carry for mind, but they bear arm, they pretend like say they don't want to talk. He put up on the table, like okay, now maybe the Oyinita one of Italy, and I've come here to North London, and I will be Oyinita one of this place. Be the things where Pochettino not fit talk, where we Jose Mourinho, what would say go talk, not fit talk. He threw out information so they're not like her. Shame they catch them because now they don't put shame for their face. Now that be the reason. Damili say they're not go pay you anything. Some will even go as far as spoiling your name to potential employer. I am a victim of that. If there's anybody who know that, I know that. They took time. They wrote letters to all agencies not to give me job. They wrote all radio and TV stations not to give me job. You see the thing about this life. When Joseph was sold into slavery, Prime Minister office was waiting down the road. So I really don't bother. Today, what doesn't kill you really does make you stronger. So today, look at where I am. Look at me now. Look at me now. Starting from the bottom, now we're here. Okay? I feel good. Allah Abamidele says Chelsea should allow Abu. the way I write the name AUBU like saying I wish boy. Abu end of season. He should leave so make it still sit down for bench small. Okay, no wahala. With the year. Anyone they want to admit it one. Imanga Smart, it's been a while. He said good morning, Elegbete, good morning to you. And then we have They say Conte, I believe, have loads of interest at the end of the season. He has loads of his sleeves. So the adboss was kind of planned and well timed. I wouldn't argue. I also think he did that so that when they pay him off, he goes with that money and then he goes and gets a Juventus job or another club. There are clubs in Italy that would gladly employ the man. The man is good at what he does. And so if Spurs don't know what they have, they lose it. Somebody else would take care of it. The babe what you know like, and somebody else dream babe. That's not life just be. Well, let's go to YouTube and see what you guys are saying. Fellas, I hear dropping bars all front, right, back, and center. Before the show even started, Henry Morris said, please, YouTube/internet, be nice to us this morning. They're nice. We want to feast on the best footballing stories around the world with the world best analysts. Oh, thank you so much. I'm feeling like a star. Yes, there's a chip on my shoulder now. All right. Chike Ayalogu. I like this guy name. Remind me of Atilogu dancers. Okay. He said, hope you rested good. How many players are in camp? The camp don't follow. Camp is bubbling. Almost, I think I said last night, very late last night, about 23 or 25. Victor Simmons in camp. They were doing their after my live stream. While my live stream was going on, they were doing their initiation of new players. So camp is full. Our camp OT is solid. Okay, so the camp is solid. I'll be in the camp from 12. I told them that I'm coming from 12. So that's when I'll go to the camp. I don't go this morning. Money is always kind of like boring, drab. I mean, I've got a whole lot of engagement anyway. I'm going to be on what's it called now? On News Central by 10:30. I'm going to be on the German radio by 10:45. By 11 o'clock, I have a meeting with some guys who are coming to see me here. I'm going to see Joseph Oyibofe, my fellow Warri boy who flew into Abuja yesterday. So there's a whole lot. Peter Wenoda is coming as well. So there's a whole lot between now and 12. By 12 o'clock, I should be going to the camp of the Super Eagles anyway. Henry Murray said, yes, I can hear you. Lord Mayor Secret is boss. Goswill Obukomena Awari says, Big bros, the Lord will strengthen you and enlarge your cause. Thank you for always putting your viewers first. Well, and I get this business, so if I come out, my business will crash. So I go. See, I not get choice for that one. Man, honest, not be man the for humility or nice guy. I not get choice. So if I not put in a first, this thing crash. I've lost all the money invested. They're not big now, so 3 years ago, if this thing crash, I not go buy it. But now, if it crash, I've invested so much. Even my wife will look and say, babe, you well. This kind of thing make my wife even divorce myself. Be saying she don't love me, but it will be like, get sense. Why did you, waste time, spend this kind of money, and then nothing come out of it? So I gotta be very consistent. I gotta put the audience first. But I think I like so the trip to Abuja is very expensive. I might not recover the money, but I just like the fact that I'm in front of the actions and I'm seeing things happen. Because if I was in Lagos, I'm sure I wouldn't have seen yesterday that the Super Eagles train in darkness. And I wouldn't have seen such kind of shabby treatment that the minister is handling to the Super Eagles of Nigeria. And I might judge the team differently when I watch them play maybe on TV, and probably they don't play with enough passion, zeal, zest, and desire. I might end up saying, oh, these guys are not taking this serious, blah, blah, blah. But seeing what I saw last night, I'm of a different opinion. My expectations are still very high. And like I told them, guys, when I don't use this as an excuse, don't take win the match. When I don't lose reach, not gonna get shame. When I don't personal shame, when I don't personal shame. But psychologically, I think the minister is sabotaging the team. That's my opinion anyway. And I stand by it based on the evidence that I have. This is not an opinion I just pluck out of thin air. This is based on live evidence that I see, that I experience and witness. I would stand by that. Mr. Sugar One on Instagram says, Elevator One, good morning, please. Are you going to talk about now Nigerian players that we had high hopes for but fizzled out? Maybe you should name a few, then I will give you a response, because that's the way it works. Because right now, none really comes to my mind. But if you want me to talk about anything, that's why the show is you and I. So mention a few names, and then I could be able to tell you what I think happened to them, why these things happened. In my own opinion, some might just be the ones that I know very well, and I can give you concrete reason why what happened, why the things that they did it. Well, I mean, it's not easy to understand, but sometimes when you have all the facts in your hand, your position for judgment, it's obviously always different from when you have half the truth. That's why I always say in my station with my crew, we don't do breaking news, because 9 out of 10 times breaking news presents you with a position to make hasty judgment, to make comments and opinion that you might regret later. Nobody have a conscience that is seared. Somewhere along the line, your conscience will prick and say, you judge this person wrongly, you said this thing wrongly, and you pass wrong information to people, and because they believe in you, they are not taking your words and they use it to judge this person. I don't want to be in that position. I may have been in that position in the past, but I think I'm older now. When you're older, you become wiser, you bring experience to the plate, and you say to yourself, you know what, let's do the things the right way. Let's try as much as possible. 9 out of 10 times we're doing it the right way, instead of just playing to the gallery. So that's one of the things. Secondly, in this station, we don't announce death. When somebody dies, we don't hurry. Oh, breaking news, this person. Nah, there's no need for it. If the person have died, everybody will eventually do. But It's not going to come out here. So, and we also don't jump into conclusion on things. Stanley Okoro, Victor Brown of 2003 under 20 or under 17, Chris Santos, Macaulay, and so on. So let's start with Stanley Okoro. Stanley Okoro, football happened. And this is not a Nigerian thing. And the very best way for me to show you that is, let me even bring that up on my screen here so that it will be easy for me to deal with it with this comparison. I'm not saying that's the best excuse, but how do I put it now? It would help you, understand the whole scenario better. England under 17 World Cup winning squad in 2017. That squad is something that I like everybody to always look at and say, okay, if this can happen to England, players in England, what about Nigerian players? And before I go into the list and break it down, let me first off kind of like give you a back end to this conversation so that it will be clearer for you at the end of the day. So when you look at players that play for Nigeria at under 17, most of them are playing in grassroots teams, youth teams. The World Cup is always played in August, right? And by the time they're playing the World Cup, that's the time the transfer window is open. By the time the World Cup ends, they come back to Nigeria, transfer window have closed. Between that August to the next January, they don't have a club anymore. They become World Cup champions at under 17 level. They are not bigger than you. If you follow football very well, you'll be so shocked that all of a sudden, even their coach and their teammates will not start calling them senior man. That's why people who are 10, 20, 15, 30 years older than Kelechi Iheanacho, I don't call him that anyway. We'll be calling Kelechi senior man. Whatever nickname you call him, you will never see me call Kelechi senior man because it doesn't make sense to me. As a matter of fact, I remember having a very strong conversation with Ayo Olubidapo on this senior man title. They say it's tag. I don't see the tag there because I will not be able to call him senior man. It doesn't make sense to me. Now, but that's our new culture where if the last born of the family becomes rich, it becomes the elder. Everybody becomes errand boy for that person. And so in football circle, when you go to the tournament, even whether you win or you don't win, the club you're playing for begin to see you as in Lagos or within the Southwest, there is a very big phrase they use. They either use star boy or they use Agba player. Now, I don't know how another 17 player is Agba player, but Agba is supposed to be elder. But that's what we do. And psychologically, a player that you give those type of accolades and, name to no longer sees himself willing to train. But remember, he has not signed a professional contract. He has not joined a club and all that. That's one. Two, the ones who are lucky enough to go join a club, all of a sudden, the clubs in Europe, and not because I've played football in Europe, but I'm going to tell you this for free. When you go to Europe, the coaches are most times not obligated to help you advance your career in your preferred position. They would rather prefer to play the players they have. And at under 17, you might be signing for a team that has senior players playing in your preferred position. A clear example is Mikel Obi, creative number 10 from 2003 under 17, 2005 under 20 World Cup, went to Chelsea, became a defensive midfielder. That's not his real position. Mikel Obi's got flair. He's not a fighter. He's not an N'Golo Conte, a Michael Essien, Makaleli, or Patrick Vieira, or Roy Keane. But he was put there. And when he considered the poverty, the people that are dependent on him, the food, the people that he needs to save, the life that needs to transform, he will say, yes, Massa, and go ahead and do what he does. So let's look at this team. Let me read this report that I've saved somewhere. Let me dig it up because sometimes when you see some story, you know that something is going to happen. The best way to do this is to look at the England under 17 World Cup winning team. So England's under 17 World Cup winning, two of Southgate's stars looking to add a second gold medal. Okay, this is a report when they were going to the World Cup. In 2007, England fledgling stars etched their name into the history book by scoring on the 17 World Cup in India. Okay, the Three Lions' young generation smashed Spain 5-2 after going 2 goals down inside 31 minutes of the final. Spain losing in the finals. They also lost in the finals to Chris Santos, Macaulay and co, David De Gea and co. Remember, which took place at the Salt Lake Stadium, Kolkata, resulting in head coach Steve Cooper, who is currently the coach of Nottingham Forest, and his side lifting the Under-17 World Cup trophy. Now, evidently, Cooper's side passed a significant amount of talent to go all the way and win the competition outright. Some have made a name for themselves abroad, while others are rubbing shoulders with very best on home soil. It was a landmark moment in English football history, but where are Cooper's talented trials now? So the final 11 had Curtis Anderson. I'm not sure anybody know where he is right now. Club at the time is Man City. Current club is Lancaster City. So look at this carefully. Before going to the World Cup and going to win it, he was a Manchester City goalkeeper at youth level. Today, he's playing for Lancaster. Which division is Lancaster? Your guess is as good as mine. As he made progress, let's imagine that the player was playing for Eyimba junior team when he went to win the Under-17 for Nigeria. And today, he's playing for 36 Lion, or he's playing for Box to Boss or G12. You people will consider him a he's not made progress in his life. But that's exactly what's happened with the World Cup winning goalkeeper for England. Starting in the final, Anderson's greatest moment came when he both saved and scored in the round of 16 penalty shootout win against Japan. Okay, the teenager became disillusioned with playing opportunities at the Etihad and left for second-tier North American side Charlotte Independence in 2019. However, that stateside move failed to pay dividends for the young shortstopper, and he is now turning out for Lancaster City in the North Premier League, which means amateur league, not in the league. Right back, Steven Sessegnon. Okay, this one have a club. Current club at the time was Fulham. Current club is Charlton on loan from Fulham. Couldn't cut it at Fulham. If he wasn't Nigerian, you guys would say he's a failure. Okay, the twin brother of the highly regarded Ryan Sessegnon, Stephen played in 5 games, including the final where he provided 2 assists in England's winning year. The Fulham defender has found playing time hard to come by at Craven Cottage and is spending the 2022-2023 season on loan across London with Charlton Athletic. His Fulham contract is also up next season. Nobody knows if it will be renewed. Centre-back Joel Latiboderi, okay? Club at the time was Manchester City. Current club, Swansea. We could go on and talk about things. After playing every in the competition, 22-year-old finally got a taste of first-team action on loan in the Eredivisie with FC20 in 2019-2020, but was evidently not enough to convince Pep Guardiola and ultimately link back up with Cooper when he was manager at Swansea in 2020. Latiboderi has also switched international allegiance now, representing Jamaica at senior level because opportunities for the English national team was not looking likely or possible. If he was in Nigeria again, you guys would have called him a failure. This one is good. Centre-back Maguire again, you guys would have called him a failure. This one is good. Centre-back Maguire, who plays for Crystal Palace. But remember, at the time he went to England, and remember all these players are playing for big clubs when they went to the World Cup. But today, their big club status, Man City, Chelsea, and the rest, have now gone down to struggling club. Current club is Crystal Palace. And you know the story about this one as well. Then there is left back Jonathan Panzo. Okay? Club at the time was Monaco. Current club is Coventry City. Time will not allow me to read all the story that is associated with them, but let me just align this thing to you. Central midfielder Teshan Oakley, Bothy. Okay? Club at the time was Spurs. Today he's playing on loan. He's signed for Lincoln City and is playing on loan at Stoke City. Central midfielder George McEachran. You should know this one because as a Chelsea player, he's currently a clubless guy. He's a free agent in Nottingham club. Under 17 winner. If this guy was a Nigerian, oh God, I know what you guys will say. The best product out of that tournament is right winger Phil Foden. Club at the time, Man City, currently still play for Man City. There's nothing to talk about this one. You all know the success story of this guy. Central attacking midfielder Morgan Gibbs White. At the time, he was playing for Wolves. Currently, is at Nottingham Forest, not a regular player anyway. But because this national the coach at under 17 is the coach at what's it called, Nottingham Forest, you could say that's the reason why he's there. Now let's talk about Callum Hudson-Odoi. Okay, under 17 World Cup winner, played for Chelsea. Current club is Bayer Leverkusen, on loan from Chelsea. But does he play regularly? The answer again is no. Then there is Ryan Brewster, who at the time was at Liverpool. Currently is at Sheffield United. Is that progressing forward or progressing backward? Okay, so there's the best one of the most successful one alongside Phil Foden is Jadon Sancho. But even right now struggling at Manchester United. At the time he was at Borussia Dortmund, currently struggling at Manchester United. I could go on and on and on and on and on. Angel Gomez, for instance, club at the time was Manchester United, currently sitting on the bench at Lille. Emily Rose Smith, Arsenal, still at Arsenal. Conor Gallagher, Chelsea, still at Chelsea. Timothy Eyoma was at Spurs at the time, now he's gone to Lincoln City. Lewis Gibson was at Everton at the time, now he's a player of Bristol City on loan from Everton. And then you have Danny Namasu, club at the time was Reading. Right now he's on the bench of FC Porto. Nia Kebi was at Crystal Palace at the time. Right now he's clubless. He's a free agent. Joseph Bosic, okay, was at Stoke at the time. He's still at Stoke right now. We have William Krellin, who was at Fleetwood at the time. His current club is Everton. You can search for more. Now let's come back to the story. The thing about football is, because you succeed at under 17 does not necessarily mean your career will go on to flourish. Football is like broadcasting. It's something you work on every day. You improve every day. You fight every day. Okay? So when is the under 23 match? This is the time for the match. This is my media accreditation. It's 4 p.m. 4 p.m. Today. That's when the match will be played. That's according to Chidi Opara 22. So when you look at those players that you're judging, you should understand that if it is so hard for players who already live in Europe or who do not have to battle with citizenship, work permit, and all that, who are already in the big clubs before they even went to the 17 World Cup and they still can't make it, it's not easy. It's the 1% of the 1% that makes it through the pyramid, through the eye of the needle to make it in football. So it doesn't matter whether you are the best player at the under 17 tournament, you could still fail if you don't get the chance and then the work ethics and the rest. We saw Dele Alli, best young player in England twice in the Premier League, was described as the next cast going, blah, 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 blah. But we know where his career is right now. So football is something you work at. It's not enough to have talent. Somebody wrote a book and said talent is not enough. It's not enough to just have talent. It's also require a lot of hard work, graft, pushing. So when you see those players, Mr. Sugar, Stanley Okoro, Victor Brown, and the rest, a lot of things could have happened in their personal life or private life or football life that could have caused all of this. So it is not, there's nothing set in stone that because you succeed at youth tournament, you will succeed in the game. No, I am the guy who's the least likely to succeed in broadcasting. My voice is the worst. I have the worst voice of any broadcaster you have listened to anywhere in the world. No single media training. I'm an engineer by training, then footballer. But guess what? I'm succeeding at a place where nobody expects me to succeed. I remember going for audition and people say, your voice is so bad, you shouldn't even be you doing Thanksgiving testimony in church, holding the microphone, just write it down. That's what somebody said to me in this industry. So sometimes it's not about the most talented person. It's about the people who are willing to work. And then again, in football, you could also be willing to work and then you're not meeting the right coaches that work with you, because unlike broadcasting where I every day I created a routine of 2 hours standing in front of the mirror, analyzing, talking, of 2 hours standing in front of the mirror, analyzing, talking and talking and talking. In football, you need a team, and then you need a good coach. You need a set of players around you that will make you improve or whatever it is you have achieved at under 17. And these are things that a lot of people don't put into consideration when they want to judge the under 17 players and put them in that place of, I know, say, he no go even do well. I know, say, he no sabi. I know, say, people, I hear people say that a lot. I know, say, that under 17. And when people succeed at under 17, we're very quick to say, na lucky, na over age them be, na make them go succeed for them. Age don't catch up with them. All right. The reason why I'm saying this is I remember when Victor Osimhen went to Wolfsburg, and that's what turned him into the beast that he is. when he went to Wolfsburg, and things were not working well at the beginning, not struggling to settle, getting injured. People came out and said, we know now, we are not even sure that 10 goal when he score. Now, over age, just go overpower young children. Can they form like say, he sabi play ball. Now, the time don't reach, enough he play ball again. But look at him today. So sometimes it requires a whole lot of work. Full step exclusive, he said, as Victor reported to Super Eagles camp. Yes, it was a camp yesterday evening and was full of energy, light, and power. Papa Jamal said, good morning, Oga Edafe. Where are you, blue from this morning? Well, I'm in Abuja. Let's know which countries call you are eating under the sun. Countries call you are eating under the sun. Signified by Balabulu. You know where? I did Abuja, and I'm not eating corn. And nobody made the damn payment for roasted corn. Okay, Mr. Sugar, thank you, Elegbete. You are the best. No one has ever given me this analysis before for throwing up the question. People will always say it's over age. I hear people say that a lot, but people don't understand what it takes to play football. A lot of people, that's why, I remember my days in Brazil, everybody's entitled to their opinion. I said, no, you are entitled to facts to play football. A lot of people, that's why, I remember my days in Brazil, everybody's entitled to their opinion. I said, no, you are entitled to facts as an opinion. You're not entitled to lies. There are so many things involved in football that people don't even understand. That you can be crazily talented, a bad coach can make you not to play football. Mason Greenwood, there is absolutely nobody who can stand in front of me and tell me that boy is not talented. But some crazy decisions destroyed him, and he couldn't bounce back. Anthony Martial, the same thing. The very moment Mourinho took his number and gave it to his former player at Inter Milan, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, that changed everything for the young man. He's not recovered from it till today. Some people say, oh, it's not a big deal, you should break away from it. No, not everybody can. When you start feeling like they're treating you like you're inferior. So those things always happen. Okay, Olalo Abamdele, you say you are very right on your analysis of transitioning within the age grade, especially to the highest level. It's not as easy as people think. People say, oh, you play under 17, you should just automatically make it in life. I lie. It's not easy. The factors, there are some factors that are within your control. Then there are the factors that are outside. I used to tell people when I was in Brilliant and bringing this new recruit that comes in, and I tell them, I say, listen, once you open this microphone, your audition starts with the audience. Open your mouth and talk. Have information, less mannerism, less attitude, just talk. You will stay. That's what keep people like Sexy Joe in the game till this day. But if you don't have anything to say, nobody, then they use connection till they do the job. At the end of the day, you have to. But then there are people who have also come in, very, very good. Ifeanyi Osuna is one of those kind of person. Very, very good. Emmanuel 18, one of those kind of person. But this internal system, the politics, the whole tribalism, the whole this one, that one, can make you not be good enough. And you fall by the wayside. God bless people like Emmanuel and the opportunity that came with Nigeria Info. By now, we'll not even have a commentator like him. So this things happen everywhere. Kaz_347 say, I understand your point, but I feel most of the best of most underage competition does go far in their career. No, not most. Absolutely not most. Ronaldinho was not the best of the 2007 Under-17 World Cup, but he came out good. The players who were the best, they didn't go far for Brazil. And I could go, if we do, because I've done a research on this before, I could go very, very deep and I'll show you players the best at Under-17 who didn't turn out good. So it's not really true. Oh, you know, yes, Brasmingo, as a coach, you are, what player can you bring in to improve Arsenal squad for next season? Damn. I think I will still make effort for Moses Casaido. I'll bring your Telemans as a body in the squad. Okay, because I think it's got a long range of passes. He can shoot. He can also come in. You know, in FA Cup, I don't want Arsenal playing kids, right? In the Carabao Cup, I don't want Arsenal playing kids as well. But I will try and bring in Kolomwani. If I don't get that guy, I'll get Thuram. Yes, I get Thuram because I think Arsenal still need a battle ram player in that center forward in case we're playing route one football. in case we want to sit back and play route one football, because we cannot play this style that we play against City with it, we will always lose because they are master of the styles. Remember, remind me of when Arsene Wenger used to play like that against Bayern Munich and Barcelona, and we always take 4, 5, 6 goals to nothing, or to 6 goals, 4 goals to 1, 5 goals to 1. I think that we need a player that will make us play dirty and win in attack. That's one. The player that will make us play dirty and win in attack. That's one. In midfield, which is the major area, I will bring in midfield, which is the major area. I will bring in, instead of Declan Rice, I'll go for Moses Casado. But if we don't get him, then I'll get Declan Rice. But I will pay more than 70 million, 60 million even for Declan Rice. The reason why I will get him Tielemans is one, the Premier League, and he's coming for free. Come on. Who wouldn't take such a player for free? It's not like the ultimate best player, but he will have body to the team. And then I'll get a left fullback and let Tierney go. I probably might also let Tomiyasu go and get another right fullback. Who they are right now, I may not know. Mr. Sugar, please, I like your thoughts on Liverpool and their situation. I don't have a thought on them. The village people, they follow them. They should battle themselves. Let me say, only Madrid that I believe is more expensive than Man U, not Barca. That's your opinion. Compare the two stadiums. Barcelona Stadium is over 90,000 capacity. Man United Stadium is 75. That's the real asset. The players, they come and go. That's where you start from. Okay, I think that Barcelona should be more expensive than Man United if they put it up for sale. Well, they don't sell clubs in Spain that much anyway. Leo, they say, bonjour, boss. I'm here now, boss. Oh, I really enjoyed watching the video you make on our darling Super Eagles. More grace to you and wisdom. Thank you very much. What may I say? Patrick Vieira must have issues with Crystal Palace board, so they reacted by sacking him. Spurs too need to protect manager too. Odini Rabalaka said good morning, boss. Good morning to you. Sage Pawan says, I think Vieira had a falling out when the board, just like when Parker was sacked by Bournemouth. Okay, I agree with you on that one. Osage Pawan says, Ratcliffe should admit he can't compete with Qatar. Money. This talk of comparing United to a painting shows he wants. I like that. Shows he wants that. Odin Rebecca says Obama one first move during the winter number. Now FIFA rule no agree make the move go ahead. So it's not misbehaving. Ikegbe Albert says, good day, boss. Good day to you. Thanks, please. Where is Educate now? Which Education era is injured? Okay, it's injured. Been long I've heard from him. I need your comment. If you would advise Victor Osimhen, which club will you tell him to go? For me, stay where you are, celebrated. That's a hard task. But I think Manchester United will kind of like it needs to go to Manchester United, because I think that they are going to spend big money. Whoever comes in will spend big money. Napoli is good, but I'm not sure Napoli are going to win the Italian Serie back to back. Are going to be this good again next season in the Champions League. Some of these players will be bought and moved out, and some other players will come in. They may just not be as good as we think. So I think they should move. Okay, I think it should move. That's my thinking. I think it should move. Manchester United is fine. Chelsea's got money, and they don't have a center forward, and I think they have to feed him. But I don't know the coach that will come in. So that's where I have a problem. If they already had a stable coach, they're going to have a Zidane or Luis Enrique or some problem. If they already had a stable coach, they're going to have a Zidane or Luis Enrique or someone good. I would also say should go to Chelsea. I think Chelsea is a good fit for him. Arsenal can be a good fit for him. Arsenal cannot afford him. If he's not going to come to England, if he wants to go somewhere else, I think Real Madrid is top on my list, and then Paris Saint-Germain is also good for the money, not for the league, but for the money. But then aside of those four, he should stay back at Napoli, unless maybe Bayern joins the race to sign him. But I don't think Bayern will pay crazy money for him, because anybody that wants to sign Osimhen would have to pay crazy money. Oh, Additional I say, Elemental TV family, good morning. Tottenham will go down to Tuchel should not near there. They should leave English coaches for them. Visionless people. Jesus, you're mean. Osage says, boss, it is not an issue of the law. The reason most employers move mad is because the victims usually do not have the means to seek redress at the court of law. I agree with you 100%. Let me say, boss, we don't practice fundamental human rights in Nigeria. So if you do it in Nigeria, you know you're your own. Oduni Rebeleko say Redknapp care Spurs to the relegation battle now. Okay, and this allow for say clubs with relegation fighting vision will continue to wine and dine with the English oldies. Ugochukwu Wan Chinemelu, hey Stanley, how now? He said, now wow for Crystal Palace. I beg, time don't pass for a Redknapp and what's it called, Roy Hodgson. Well, but they are not saying it like that. They are saying it differently. Like that, they are saying it differently. Let's hope that they have sense and decide to do what is right. I thought that they would go for a younger coach anyway. In my own opinion, this one is another direction of crazy, another level, high advanced level of crazy anyway. That's my opinion. No. Okay, let me say Sports need Europe finish. Okay, Osage says then Bayer will go and bring back your Yankees. It seems like you got to bring in Arigosaki and probably Alberto Zaccaroni come back to the Italian national team, Marcello Lippi for Juventus, and so on and so forth. I like that. I like how you brought that back anyway. Damola Ibrahim Abiodun say good morning, boss. I think Pochettino is still the best option for Spurs. Have you ever heard about never go back? Because second coming is always bad. Lord Mayor, I say Asage, job better pass Julian Nagelsmann, the current Bayern coach. Damola Ibrahim Abiodun say your first day in Abuja doing the show, the app worked for some minutes, but later stop. Is not working at all now. Which the radio, no, we're not connected to the radio. We're not linking up to the radio because I noticed that we're having issues. So we employed a new cleaner in the office, and the cleaner, made a mistake with some things on the equipment. So I have to go back to Lagos because the technical guy that was supposed to even call it to come fix it is out of town. He's in Port Harcourt helping to set up a radio station for someone in Port Harcourt. So I have to go back to Lagos to be able to fix that. That's why it's not on the app. But there's nothing wrong with the app. It's just that there is something in the studio. Our new office cleaner tampered with something and it affected the settings. So I need to go back and set it because I was trying to do it remotely and it wasn't working. So I need to go back and set it. Olama to say Harry Redknapp back to Tottenham care. Tottenham should keep Antonio Conte. No, that one they pass that bridge. There's not going back on that. And support him well because if they sack and get another coach that does not have the balls to face the players, is the end for them. Okay, I agree with you, but I'm not sure Conte is coming back. They passed the bridge. The damage is too much. For the damage is already done, so there's not going back. And this gentleman say Aubameyang did not enjoy. He is not the problem of Chelsea. Potter is the problem. No need that distraction, Joe. Ibrahim Abiodun say, I pray Ratcliffe buy United. I just want to see how the British people will run their club. It not go fit. It not fit. You not get the money. Lord Mayor, I beg, boss. My phone keeper there. They worry, Joe. I did notice how. Boss, are you a fan of pork meat? Yes, I grew up on pork meat, like heavily. I almost made the mistake of investing in pork business recently, and I realized that I'm not good at buying and selling. I'm not going to go put my money in buying and selling business that I'm not even sitting there to follow, and then I lose out. So I stayed away. I still want to do some kind of business where I'll be getting some extra money, but I'm not good about buying and selling. And sometimes it could be crazy. So I'm just standing on my side and following my media business that I know the ins and the outs. And Adijala Ufoma says, Ibrahim Abiodun, no wish bad prayer for Man U if that Englishman take over Man U. Una go turn Akagum. Abiodun not be English, not be Man U fan. Una go the prize player with £1 plus £1 as a Vega. Una go get on our way spend una go they shout. Okay. I think Inter wants to take him back if they eventually fire Inzaghi in the summer. Let's hope so. Lord Mayor say Conte will be AC Milan coach soon. The Lara you celebrate a one. Greetings to you on your effort in covering the Eagles. Thank you very much, boss. Olara you say Antonio Conte should just be sacked already. Osage Ikpoen says at Ibrahim Abiodun, he say we already know the only team that is English owned and has shown performance is Brighton and Brentford. That is because their MOP is to buy cheap and Nigerian people, una bad man no go kill una. Truth to God. Ha! Una to get bad man. God's will of Bukaman Awari say Aruna Lukman and Rabi Afolabi can we please talk about why their career didn't live up to expectation? For Aruna Lukman, he doesn't listen. He have a deaf ear and he's got a bad work ethics. That's his problem. Rabiu, kind of like talented but very ignorant. That again is another thing. And those are because I know them closely enough to be able to speak like that. That's what happened to those two people. Ugochukwu Wanchinemelu, aka Stanley, he said, I think they should pardon him, Jerry. Similar things happened to David Beckham when he was at Madrid at some point in time in 2006. Fabio Capello chose Beckham, was not really important in his plan. Well, let me say this. You can afford to do that when you're a star player. Not when you be Aubameyang. Aubameyang is shit. And Spurs are struggling. So I don't agree. They should sack him. Let him be jobless on the street. Idiot. Come on, insult Arsenal and my Arteta. They should fire him. Okay? Adewale Saka say, greetings, boss. Nice. Thank you very much. The other one you say, Agba player. That's some typical Nigerian mentality now. It's all good. Ugochukwu Washeleme say, spot on about Mikel Obi. Tosi Adebambo, he said, good morning, Elegbete. Kindly help us to dig into the home-based Super Eagles in the camp. It will help the fans familiarize. Thanks for the good work you are doing. Okay, I will do that. I'll be at the camp today and I'll try to talk to them and get them to, to share their own thoughts and, everything. That is, they come out to, because the domestic players, they shy. They fear to talk. So, but I'll see. That's what I say, bros. It be like, say, 1 hour, no, they reach us again, no, but God no go shame us. Yes, no, hala. I try. I go soon read out the message finish now. Leo they say, boss, on this, you day on point. When you come to Europe, they no go play you for the position you sabi, just because the coach get a own person where they play the same position. He go move you, go play defense. Best Igbonosa says, never leave where success meets you. Thank you very much. Lord Mayor, even Chukwuemeka, they that under 17, yes. Kala Nations, thanks for always being a good and transparent analyst to sports. Sir, thank you very much. The other one you say Zidane or Enrique to Arsenal's should Arteta go Madrid? No, Arteta is not going anywhere. No, Arteta is not going anywhere. I'm stubborn about it. The other one you finally say, let's go collect Brighton coach as well. Do a Chelsea kind of thing. Yemi Danama say, good morning, big uncle. Spurs are still, who will replace Conte by? Okay, they're still on that one. Well, finally on Instagram, Ibaga, he said, what's your take on under 20 invited to camp? So many media controversy concerning his call-up, which I really want to be sure of the fact. There is no need for the controversy. People just want to talk rubbish. People don't have far. People are far from this. The boys that they invited, they are doing well. So the NFF said they don't have money to invite 35 foreign-based professionals. So the coaches should invite players domestically. The coaches look at the players that they saw and they decided those are the players that they will invite. Remember that the Nigerian league is on break, so there are no league matches for him to even look at the Nigerian league players for now. So he invited players that are active and he felt like could come in and not disrupt the flow of his team. So it's kind of right players. These guys are not super starters. So there is nothing anybody is going to come and say about them that is bad. Because I watched them in training and they were as active as even the foreign-based professionals, and the comradeship, the whole relationship is good. The team is in good shape. People just see it. I've been in media long enough, and I'm telling you this. People find it very, very uncomfortable when everything is going well. So they will look for controversy so that will bring talking points. Because the Nigerian media do not know how to use positive news to sell their stories. Nigerian media does not sell positive story. That's why I always say that Nigerian league is not selling, because Nigerian media does not know how to sell the league. The English league is selling because the English media have led a way to put a positive spin even in the worst situation. Players like Jack Grealish are described in the best names. They describe his calf. They describe the fact that his stockings is always short. They describe his being fat. They make it good. In Nigeria, we want to be negative. So when the team selection was done and they didn't see like, oh, where's the negative, where's the controversy we'll bring it? Okay, let's attack the local players or the under 20 players that they brought in. Is that news? Ronaldo da Lima was 17 or so when they took him to the World Cup in 94. They dropped players that were scoring goals for Brazil. The war did not end, right? And we've seen that across football all over. Theo Walcott, when did they take Theo Walcott to the World Cup? When did they take Wayne Rooney to the World Cup? When did they take Michael Owen to the World Cup? The war did not end. People just want to make noise. People just want to talk so that they say they have opinions. This is not really opinion. It is crap. A coach would be one who have the right to select his team. He selected a team that he likes, he thinks can deliver for them. If you don't like it, go get a coaching badge and go get the job. If you can get it done better, well, kudos to you. But for now, the man in charge has selected a team. I'm close enough to the team. I've not seen anything about the team that says, oh, we should not find. Kudos to you. But for now, the man in charge has selected a team. I'm close enough to the team. I've not seen anything about the team that says, oh, we should not find fault in this. Everybody don't want to take it? Be my guest. Go get a coaching job and let's see how easy it will be for you. Mr. Sugar One is the last one I'll take here on Instagram. He said you are always a good and transparent analyst of sports until he reached Tottenham. Tottenham is shit. Even at that, I am still transparent and objective. Okay? But Tottenham is shit. Convince me that Tottenham is not shit. Convince me that a club that spends that kind of money, that have the type of quality players that they've had over the years, cannot even make a down payment for a roasted corn of trophy. Man, Tottenham is shit. I'm an Arsenal fan, and you're asking me why. What the heck is wrong with you? Don't you know that Arsenal fans should see Tottenham as shit? Shit, man. I need to go now. What's it called? Damola Ibrahim Abiodun, you say your take on Mbappe being named France captain. I think Griezmann should be the captain anyway. I don't think Griezmann should be, and I also don't think Mbappe should be. But I think the coaching crew is thinking, let me appease the big elephant in the room. Let's appease this guy so that it doesn't become a problem. Because when you manage a French national team, you're not just managing players, you're managing egos, and you're managing probably some kind of crisis that would arise, and that's what they're avoiding. Well, this is where I'm going to draw the curtain on the show. I have another show to be on News Central right now. I'm a guest on their sports news segment. Let's meet again under the coconut tree, 9 p.m. tonight, and I will give you a potpourri of my visit to the Super Eagles camp, the match, the under-23 game, everything that happened. I'm going to visit the NFF office later if time permits me, and I'm going to be, wherever I can be. Please do want to subscribe to our channel, support us the best way you can. Right now in this Lagos, I'm almost getting stranded. I'm making transfers that are hanging in the air and not coming back. They will soon beat me for this Abuja. The Uber that I entered yesterday, I paid. I'm almost getting stranded. I'm making transfers that are hanging in the air and not coming back. They will soon beat me for this Abuja. The Uber that I entered yesterday, I paid. It showed successful. 4 hours later, the money reversed back. Thank God the guy had my number. He sent me a message this morning. I had to pay double. It was 1,000 naira. And I had to send him 2,000 naira to say sorry. Thank God he just acknowledged that he's received it. Sorry for that. To go and work, to carry somebody and your money not come. Easy. Those of you that way get my account number. This will be the best time for you to also send me money because right now, I don't need this stranded for this Abuja. Well, my name is still Edafe Matthew. You love to come in the Lagos Town Sports. Have yourself a wonderful day. I wish me best of luck. Yesterday, the rain and thunder for this Abuja. Blood of God. Well, let me take my leave. Bye-bye. Make I go call Bros Ali Baba beg. I need rescue. I need VIP rescue. Right now, I need VIP rescue. Let me call my papa.